How's it going, folks? Once again, I'm Nev from Nev's Tech Bits, otherwise known as your friendly neighborhood basement dweller. Don't worry, ma'am, I am from the internet. Today, I'm just hanging out outside, checking out my Bitcoin mine. Got it hooked up to... I'm a solar power boy, and I just want to wait out here because if that battery inverter starts going, then I want to be here to turn it off so I don't tick the neighbors off. So I'm going to be doing this issue outside. Popular Mechanics, 1968. Yard power. We got folks doing the electric slide there. Skid proof cars, no anti-lock brakes. I hope they have their seat belts on. I don't think seat belts were really a thing until like the 70s, right? Electric slide. Of course, what we like to do here is to see how science, technology, and society has changed in the last decades. Here we go. Well, that's interesting. That's got to be the first time that we have some kind of a secondary front page. Moving from lawn mowing to snow pushing. How come we haven't gotten into that so much, I wonder? Boland's yard power. I keep saying it, but at the turn of the century, not the last one, the one before, in 1900s, geez, there was what, like almost 100 different auto manufacturers in the United States. Now we're down to 5. Seems like in the 60s and 70s we had all kinds of different lawn tractor manufacturers. Now we're down to a bare few. The snow removal machine. It seems like it'd be intelligent to get something like that attached to your lawn tractor and you could just drive it back and forth. I wonder why that didn't quite work out so well. And of course, here we can see the intricacies of how this unit would work. The charge relief valve, returns reservoir. Actually, I was going to ask how they expected that to work. Outlet to reservoir. Hydrostatic transmission. Okay. All right. The proof is in the pudding. Would you look at that? That'd be something. Oh, sorry about my nails. My daughter asked to do my nails, and if the little girl asks, I gotta let her. You know how it goes. I have never seen a lawnmower quite like that before. That's interesting. I guess sometimes people are just not big fan of having lawn shavings kicking around. And I was raised in a house that we hardly even rake the leaves. We just hit it with a lawnmower, and we're like, yeah, that's mulch now. It's not mulch. You got to get a mulcher if you want to mulch that stuff. Otherwise, it's just breaking them up and spitting them out the back. I tell you what, Bobby. Huh. Okay. Now that looks like a mulcher. A cornerator? Oh no, they're mulching the corn stems, not the cobs, I think. Oh, the chainsaw. That's what I'm talking about. Some real power potential. Oil, crankshaft, muffler. It does have a muffler. I should have expected it to, but some of those things are so loud for days. You'd think they just... Wait, a choke? A choke on a chainsaw. Oh, I've never seen anything like that. I got this chainsaw that you have to push a button if you want to give it a little more oil, but not a choke. Look how cute. Look how cute. Oh, it's so small and so cute. Whoa. The hedge trimmer, the grass trimmer. Get into those corners, Bobby. And check this out. Spray the DDT for her pleasure. Look at it, it's so cute. It's almost, sorry, I'm overusing that word, but it looks like he's trying to be a real farmer. Make it rain, water and power and electricity, turn it on. This must be one of the first agricultural types of systems. The drive. I knew a guy that installed the pipes and stuff for this, and then he had to figure out and calculate the friction, the water friction in the pipes. Man, never knew. I've heard a lot of horror stories about back in the day going for long road trips with the family in the back. One particular one, the most horrible one I ever heard, was about a group that went to visit relatives that worked for Mountain Dew or a bottling company and being sent back with bottles of Mountain Dew, not realizing how much caffeine was in those things and how it set each other off. The winner. Shave your wiener in the winter for the whammons. Man, my fingernails really show off on this. I should get that removed, but my daughter will just do it again. Now that's interesting. I didn't think anyone was really into becoming a computer programmer back in the day. Man, these days, they were telling people get into coding. Obama was like, get into coding, and then the artificial intelligence came around, and that's not such a needed thing so much anymore. Game warden, you can be like this guy and be all serious and stuff. Government hunter, forester, and wildlife. I know some people that would be a wonderful job for. Look at all of those lures, new famous lures, closeout sale. Some of these are really collectible. Not all of them, mind you. Get a horse, get the workhorse. Tire Goodyear. There was a time when people wanted to play the accordion quite a bit. There's definitely a lot of advertisements to buff up like Charles Atlas in here too. Speaking of which, there he is. In just 7 days, I can make you a man. Surplus Jeeps, $350. Tape recorders, $5.80. 8mm movie cameras. I didn't realize that those were available in the late 60s. 2-station intercoms, that sounds like fun. Electric razors. A Dutch motorcycle. I wonder if Dutch was the brand. I've never heard of a Dutch. Like, I heard a Dutch oven, right? Diamonds. Now this is interesting. New Finco color spectrum antenna. So wait, color TV was out before we made it to the moon? Because I'm pretty sure we didn't make it to the moon till after this, right? Something like that. Apparently getting color to work over cable was really just an interesting hack, and I love it. Man, the Heth kits went on forever. I'm not sure when they finally stopped making these, but I do lament not being able to make my own organ? Television, right on. 21st year in 60s, 50s. These are in the 40s? Jeez, nice. Go to the store. Go directly to the store. Do not pass go. We are out of Schlitz, and Buddy here is cranking him back. I guess he can't handle his new girlfriend. Check it out. That was one of the first versions of night vision. New scope for watching at night. Argument settler. There's no need to argue over which show to watch on this. Oh, you get 3 monitors. Okay. And that's how ADHD started. Army's new main battle tank fires shells or missiles. Really? I never even imagined a tank firing a missile. But hey, if it's what you need, it's what you need. The mobile workbench for space, a self-propelled work platform shown in the mock-up, would enable astronauts to work outside in space for 8 hours and allow him a range of 3 miles. The vehicle was designed by Bendix Corp. Alright, I just checked. 1969 was the year we went to the moon, so this was a year beforehand. This would be a prototype of the, I don't even know what you call it, the Moverator. The thing that we got to propel people around in. Definitely didn't have those robotic arms, but I could see them being useful. Geez, I had a G.I. Joe vehicle that looked an awful lot like that thing. The Sheriff's Armored Posse, Armored Vehicle, Armored Personnel Carrier, APC, that's right. A modified Army M8 light armored car. That would be that'd be pretty scary in a riot. Fearless flyers and fancy boats. Almost looks like he's got his arm around the guy, and I want to hold your hand too, Bob. But seriously, it looks like it'd be a lot of fun to fly around in. The Go-Goer, that would definitely get you around some crazy terrain. being able to move and bend without bending the chassis of your car. I knew a guy that had an older vehicle that didn't have, it was a convertible, sorry. That's what we're trying to avoid. It was a convertible. And the convertible, it was clear it had been bent. They'd kind of gone over something the way they weren't supposed to, and it was kind of... I don't think that they ended up keeping this design or going with it for too long. I wonder why not. I wonder what changed. Oh, now here we have some top quality retrofuturism. Building the Science City in the Mid-Atlantic Ridge in the crack in the world. A research station takes shape, guarded by nuclear sub-base, haunted by a sub-sea volcano. For details, check the next page. Oh man, do we really want to put nukes near a volcano? That sounds like the makings of a really dramatic and really good movie. I mean, we had that nuclear facility go down during a typhoon in Japan, and I think we're still feeling the results of that. And you think if the Japanese couldn't keep one of those things running nicely, what hope do the rest of us have? I mean, we all make our mistakes. We got Chernobyl, we got, 3 Mile Island. I don't think the Canadians have screwed up yet, and let's hope that it stays that way. That looks so cool, though. Dugout bottom base. So cool. Be a nice place to go. Well, you left your family at home and your wife to cheat on you. Check this guy out. Hot and cold running water. You have hot or cold running water, you can put it through the suit to cool you down or heat you up. That's a lovely idea. Homemade sub. Britain one-man homemade submarine sails. Yeah, I keep hearing stories about people that try to make their own subs and it doesn't go very well. They end up abandoning it because it's just unbelievably difficult, time-consuming, and expensive. Build your own pontoon boat. Yes, please. Geez, that doesn't look so unbelievably difficult. They have a great way of making all these things look super easy. World's only pre-smoked pipes. Huh. Never heard of that being a thing. Man, my dad was really into pipes. He had all kinds of Merishams and Brighams, and I can't even remember the name of all of them. So many. Wouldn't be the back pages of Popular Mechanics if I didn't find a gas turbine jet engine. That's right. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's it from me. From Nev's Tech Bits. Like and subscribe if you like this stuff. It's always appreciated. But more importantly, folks, take care of each other.